Hi there everybody, Tashidilek, here's Odi Pema. Today it's very nice weather, it's a bit windy up here. So today I want to explain you about the Tibetan Buddhist statue as I earlier mentioned. You know, we Tibetan have this tradition, to have a Buddha statue at home and so on. So, to having a statue at home for us is very precious and very good. So this time I want to tell you about the benefits. What's the benefit of having statue at home? When Buddha was alive, before he was died, before his parinirvana, we call it parinirvana, his demise. His near and loyal disciples asked him, "Oh Buddha, what should we do if you die, if you no more and you left us? How can we remember you? How can we keep you in our heart, and how can we worship you and accumulate our practices or accumulate merits, and how can we do our practices and so on?" They ask very tenderly, let's say, or faithfully. Buddha explained them, "My son and my disciples, don't worry, if I exist no more, if I die, in the future you should build, or you should establish statues, any statues, mud statues, from the soil, or metal statues, or copper statues, whatever, stone statues, whatever, the precious stone statues, or you can build completely and consecrate it, and you can worship it, and you can keep it as a worship object or element with you at home, in the monasteries, temples. The benefit is the same whether you now worship me, or whether you in the future worship my statues, any aspect of my life. It can be teachings, it can be stupas or relics or whatever. So on basis of Buddha's his own words, his own citation, his followers, after his demise, kept following his advice, and they follow really seriously, and they started building statues, stupas, and also portraits or whatever, throughout the centuries, in India, in China, in Japan, in Tibet, Mongolia, everywhere, Vietnam, Korea, and everywhere. So they started building Buddha statues. Each land has their own tradition to build the statues and so on. So I'm not going detail on these things, so that's the point, that's how it started, to fill up the statues. So in Tibet, statues and monasteries, mainly in the 7th, 8th centuries, started to establish the statues in Tibet itself. So in Tibet we have statues out of metal or wood, or marbles, or precious stones. Most of them are from copper or from bronze or something like that. So it's hollow, it's not how to say, it's not complete when we buy it from shops or we buy it from the statue makers who make statues. These best statues in the world you can find in Nepal. So you don't go to China, you don't go to India or somewhere else, you just buy from Nepal. So that there you can find the best statues in the world, because Nepal is the birthplace of Buddha. So there, started everything, so you can also buy in India the statues, and also in Tibet, and also in China also. But the best is in Nepal. So it's like a hollow statue. So we fill it up, as I earlier mentioned. So filling up the statues. So after completing, filled up by lamas or monks or master, whoever filled your statue and consecrated it completely, and hand over it to you, and you keep it at home. So as Buddha mentioned, if you have a statue of Buddha at home, you can feel that, you can feel every day the positivities, the environment can be more peaceful, can be more blessed by the statue. So statue itself represents the Buddha himself, or all other Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattva is, female deities, male deities. So we have a lot of, in Tibetan Buddhist tradition, a lot of statues and different types of statues, because we are following Vajrayana Buddhist tradition. So it makes difference, if you have any of them. So just a little bit talk about these different types of statues. Commonly we have at Tibetan homes or families, Buddha statue only. But they have Buddha statue. So Buddha is everything. So they have Buddha statue, and they have Tara statue, the female goddess, or Guru Padma Sambhava, and other lineage masters, statues of lineage masters. So they have all these, and deities, Vajrapani, Manjushri, and Avalokiteshvara. So these are very common in Tibetan community. They have at home. So so having one of them or some of them, whatever, it's good, it's good to have, so we Tibetan, most of us put it in the altar. We have altar at one altar, shelf at home, and there we put it, and where we meditate, where we do practices, so individually you can just in front of statue, or the space, or the room where statue is, you can have it for yoga room, or as a in the yoga room, or in the meditation room, whatever whatever you like. So if you have that, then your positive thinking will develop, and your health, let's say health, or just say physical feelings, or physical, how to say, so illnesses or whatever, so these are really very very less how to say, going to trouble you. So so if you in front of statue, if you you prostrate or you meditate or you do yoga, the how to say, the influence, or the influence is something different, you know without having a statue. It can influence you in a positive way. You will feel more relaxed, you will feel more concentrated because of the statue. Here I would like to mention, so the earlier periods, in earlier times, in India or in Tibet, those Buddhist masters, in China or Japan, they have small, 5-inch statue to 12-inch statue, whatever. They have, with them, when they travel, they keep it with them, or they wherever they go, they will, take it with them, and as a holy object, as a protector, so. And there are many stories which, I don't have time to explain you all these stories, but it's a kind of a, amulet or protector for you. So you can keep it with yourself, throughout the travel, and it can protect you, having less trouble during the, travel, so on. So these are some other benefits, so it's very, you know